Hello, vintage outboard motor fans. This is T Mike here on Toledo Bend Lake, making another video today. Today's video is going to be on the rewind starter. The rewind starter for the 1950s and 60s and 70s Johnson and Evinrudes. All right, I've been needing to make this video for a long time, and I finally got a message from Mike, one of my subscribers, who needed a video on a problem he's having with a motor. He said the motor is hard to start, but when he takes the rewind starter off and uses the regular rope, it spins free, but the rewind starter doesn't. So I'm going to show some T-Mike tricks here on how to deal with the rewind starter. All right, so it's going to be a 5-part video. All right, first part is going to be how to lubricate and get one of them going without taking it apart. Second part is going to be how to replace the rope. All right, how to replace the rope. Third part is going to be how to disassemble it to get to the spring. It can be tricky, but I got some tricks. All right, and then the fourth part is going to be how to replace that spring, put a new one in. All right, or take it out, clean it, put it back in. And then the fifth part is going to be how to reassemble everything and put it back together. All right, it's going to be a fun video. I'm going to show you everything you need to do the job and to walk you through it step by step. If everybody's ready, here we go. Okay, so what we're going to need to do the job here on the rewind starter is a C-clamp. All right, some carb cleaner, some lithium grease, WD-40, screwdriver to get this bolt off, and of course a rag. That's what we're going to need to get the job done. So let's get started on the first part. First part is going to be how to lubricate this thing. Here we go. All right, so part one is going to be how to lubricate it. So I get a lot of motors in. People send me their rewind starters, or I get a motor to restore, and I take the rewind starter off, and sure enough, it either makes noise or it doesn't move freely. So a lot of times, all I got to do is clean it and lubricate it to bring it back to life. All right, so that's what this part's going to be. So I just went upstairs in my eBay room, pulled out a rewind starter here, and watch what happened when I pull the rope. Slow to go back in, hard to pull, makes noise. It's hard, slow to go back in. Look at the dust flying out of it. All right, so that's normally what you get. So what I do, the T-Mike trick I do, is I spray some carb cleaner in it. That'll disengage a lot of the grime and grit and stuff that's in there in the spring, and these two holes right here. And then I hit it with some spray of WD-40 and work it, and that normally frees them up. Might take care of Mike's problem right off the bat. Let's try that. Getting better already. Now I'm going to hit it with about 3 licks of this WD-40. That ought to really free it up. Sure enough, freed it up. Doesn't make noise anymore, and freed it up. So that's how I clean and lubricate the rewind starters when I do a restore on it. Of course, it's going to drip a little bit of that WD-40 out. That's how I clean it. Mike might try that on his rewind starter and might free it up. If not, you got to get in there and you got to physically clean the spring and put it back together. And we're going to do that later. All right, so next part 2 is going to be how to replace the rope. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that right now. All right, so get your C-clamp, all right, and get it set just to the right setting where it holds that plate. Turn it over. Turn it over. Pull the rope all the way out. Put your clamp on it, holds that wheel in place, and there's the rope right here. All you got to do grab the rope, pull it out, put your new rope in, tie a knot in it, pull it back, put the handle on it, take the clamp off, rope replaced. So that's how you place a rope. Simple, simple, easy as can be. All right, now we're gonna go into the fun part. Dealing with the spring can be kind of tricky, but I got a T-mic trick. It's gonna help you. All right, so part 3 is how to disassemble. Let's get started on that now. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my rope off. Okay, got the rope out. I'm gonna let it go back, let it unwind. Gotta be careful, it'll get you. All right, now I'm gonna take this screw out in the center. Well, first of all, I'm gonna take the E-clip off of the pawl. There's the E-clip. I'm going to take the pawl off. Okay, now I'm going to take this bolt out and the wheel ought to come off. Hopefully the spring will stay inside. If it doesn't, it's going to all come apart. Some of them have a bolt here. This one has a screw. Take the hub off. Now the plate is sitting in here on the screw. Now there's a pivot pin inside that's holding it here, and there's a pivot pin holding it here. You got to try to pull it out without unwheeling the spring. Let's see what happens. I want you to look at the inside of that wheel. All that grease is gummed up and collected dirt and grime. And here's the inside of the spring. See how the spring is held right here, and then the plate goes on through this hole and holds it in. See all this dirt, grime, and all that? I'm going to pull the spring out, clean up everything, and put it back in. So when you pull the spring out, remember how it goes back in now. It was wound in counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. There's the spring. Okay, got the base clean, got the wheel pretty much clean. I'm kind of an anti-grease guy. They had so much grease on here, it actually collects dirt and grime. and hurt you. So I don't put too much grease back on here. I got the spring cleaned. Now I'm going to take some regular general purpose lithium grease. All right. Take a little bit of dab. I'm going to grease the inside here. And I'm going to grease this post right here. Okay. I'm going to take a little dab on both fingers, and I'm going to run it along the spring. Okay, so that's how you lubricate it. Now we're going to put it back together. So the trick to putting it back together is to go from the outside in. Okay, so here's the outside, and it was in counterclockwise. So I'm going to set it where it goes right there. Okay, outside in, counterclockwise. It's not easy. Just take your time and get it done. All right, now this post right here has got to go inside that part of the spring. Okay, and you know you got it when the spring catches like that. Okay, now I'm going to put the hub back in. And the bolt. And we're going to put our pawl back on. And our E-clip. All right. Now we're going to put our rope back on. Okay. Now the rope, I got a 6-foot section of rope. Take the rewind starter, and I'm going to turn it counterclockwise. Until the hole for the rope is right next to the outlet. Clamp here with my C-clamp. I guess it's about 5 or 6 turns or until the spring is tight. Take the rope and guide it through the opening. I brought it in a little closer. Tighten the knot. Let it go. And I'm going to make me a mark about right here. Cut it. Burn it. Put my handle on. And that's everything you should need to know about a rewind starter. Nothing like a good, clean rewind starter. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. See y'all next time. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed making it. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I make at least one video every week. And then go ahead and hit the like button and join the T-Mike fraternity. So if you're this first time watching one of my videos, I have over 350 videos of everything you need to know about repair, maintaining, and restoring your vintage outboard motors. I specialize in Johnson & Evinrudes, 3 horsepower to 20 horsepower, 1950s, 60s, and 70s. So as I said, I have every video you need to know on how to work on these motors. And if I don't have one, I want you to let me know. Just hit in the comments on one of the videos and tell me what video I need to make, and I'll make it for you. I've also got every part you need to work on these motors. I have an eBay store. You can get to my eBay store by Googling T-Mike Vintage Outboards or click on the link down below in the description. I have over 2,000 parts in my eBay store. I sell all the hardware. I sell all the kits, spark wires, ignition, magneto components, points, coils, condensers, gear case, seals, everything. I even have some printed, 3D printed plastic handle grips and other parts for you. So I have all the videos and I have all the parts you need. I also now am providing parts manuals. So I have over 150 hard copy parts manuals, 1923 to 1958. So you can get your parts manuals from me too. So this is my passion. My goal was to have every video, every part, and every parts manual that you need. And if I don't have what you need, let me know. You can always call me for technical assistance too. My number is 337-278-5429. Give me a shout out. I love text messaging. I'll try to help you and answer your question. So I enjoy what I do. I hope you're having as much fun as I am working on these motors. And remember, always remember, and never forget, here at T. Mike's Vintage Outboards, we're doing it one motor at a time. See you next video.